You are listening to Deconstruction Podcast, presented by the Architectural Authority magazine.
The building of Zaha Hadid, the 1000
Zaha
Museum,
Hadid,
that
1000
one was like being in Architecture Digest every single day for the rest of your life.
Beautiful.
Really.
How was the process working with those high-end architects?
I gotta tell you something. She saw a door that we have in production, and she just changed some colors, and she said, "Perfect."
Wow.
Because what happens sometimes when the architect is really good, and I'm not saying that the doesn't do it is not, but I mean sometimes the architect sees something and try to build something around it. You know what I mean? Also because know that the door is square, it's a rectangle. You cannot do something special. So you need to understand what you can and what you cannot.
This is Deconstruction, a space where we explore the ideas, trends, and stories shaping the world of architecture, design, and construction. From creative vision to business challenges, we dive into everything influencing the industry and how to navigate it. This podcast is produced by the Architectural Authority magazine, a platform committed to supporting creators and giving voice to those who turn vision into reality. My guest today is Francesco Marrama, representing Lualdi Doors in the United States, a fifth-generation Italian company founded 165 years ago. Lualdi operates at the intersection of heritage, technology, and large-scale projects, execution across residential, hospitality, and commercial worldwide. Welcome, Francesco. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm super glad we have having this conversation on the backstage about the beauty of Lualdi Doors. And I want you to tell us a little bit of the story. What is the story of Lualdi?
Lualdi is it's a typical Italian history. Like, you know, it was the first generation was a simple carpenter doing for friends and for rich people in the area of Milano. And
Founded in Milano, then.
Yes, it's the company is from Milano. Actually, Mesero, which is a little country next to Milano, close to Malpensa right now. So they were doing furniture for all the people on the town and around the town, and then they became a manufacturer, like a big manufacturer of only doors or for special people, also furniture. It's a family style company, so it's a really nice environment. It's very easy to deal with the head of the company. If you have a problem, you talk to Alberto or Pierluigi, which are the bosses of
family. Exactly.
So it's easy. It's and the clients feels like, okay, Francesco is not giving me what I want. I talk to Alberto, so Alberto get into it. So it's a good thing. It's
Yes.
They always have my back. So it's a good environment. It's a good environment.
I love to interview companies and people that have heart in their product. And when families are being fifth generations into the same business and they have these names and they provide this type of customer service, it's it inspires others to understand, okay, why is an Italian manufactured, Italian made product? Because one of the things that I love about the Italian product is that they are so proud. If they are going to do something, they do the best of that something that they are doing. So the company, the Lualdi company, is proud of their product. Tell me a little bit of what is the product that you guys give now to worldwide, because it's it's a high end luxury doors.
Yes.
But explain me a little bit what is the the inspiration and what is the core of that.
We excel in flexibility. It's one of our characteristics. Flexibility, why? Because we work with so many architects: Marco Piva, Lissoni, Stark,
big names,
and everybody has an idea of how the door it should be. So we give them the opportunity to design doors for us and produce them. So whatever project they have, they can basically have a door with their signature. So this is a good thing. This is flexibility 100%. Like, you can have a door for you, just made for you, for that architect. So this is also this is also one of the secrets of our success, honestly. And then the service, we, as I told you, I mean, we will never give up on clients, whatever is the reason.
Customer
We are
service.
always try to. It doesn't matter the money. It doesn't matter if we're gonna lose or not. We try always to please the clients until the end. So that's also, those are qualities that in the new world it's not easy to get, and this comes from heritage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they knew, if the company lasts 170 years almost,
Mm-hmm.
is because people recognize that, yes, nobody's perfect, but they try hard. So that's,
They put their heart on it.
yes.
I do believe that every product in construction in our built environment has a purpose. So for me, doors mean many things. It's not the same that you have the main door of your house, that
Mhm.
you have transitional spaces with doors. So designers and creatives, they do imprint emotions and they imprint art into those detailed, signatures that you guys help them transform, because of having a door customized for your space that create that aha moment, that creates that perfect environment, is something that not many companies can do. So you support your creative partners, say, architects, designers, or even clients that have ideas of something that they thought there were not possible. Because if you go online, you won't find
Mm,
nothing compared to Lualdi, because Lualdi is a product made for the people, made
I
for
agree.
whoever wants to, create something, and it's a perfect company to make it a reality in an elevated factory, in an elevated customer craftsmanship. So doors for me are not only the piece of furniture that close one space and the other. They can be transitions between one ambience and the other one. They can be, the introduction to an amazing space, and the motto or the intention of the designer can be imprinted in it. So I do believe there are pieces of accessory decor. There is not something that you should, not invest on it, because they will change the look of a house.
Of
I
course.
have I have met with a lot of real estate agents, and the real estate agents, when they are going to sell a property, they change the floor, change the doors. Why? Because it's the dress.
It's
It's
the
the
dress of the house. Yes, it's the, you said it right. Before, the door was just an object, that it was a practical,
Mhm.
enter, close
Close.
the a space or something. Right now, it's much more than that. It's a piece of art.
It's a piece of art.
So, and then there is also another version. You want the door disappears, so you do the frameless door. So as you say, it's transition to another thing. It depends of the idea of the architect. In the same ambience, you can have an hidden door and a door that is spectacular with a flashy colors or
Mhm.
very expensive
In
veneer.
exact.
So it is right now a door consider a part of the furniture of the house,
Correct.
a
It's
very
design.
important thing.
Mhm.
So, and that's why the architects right now are going crazy in designing things, and we need to, as I said, try to make the best of it. So
Totally.
so what happened many times, I have a different architect that for different project design doors that in production they hate me. They hate me when they see me coming to the manufacturer. It's coming, eh? That's the guy. That's the guy.
That's the guy that sells
So,
is
but
crazy.
that's okay. Okay. In
That's what
Italy,
you're selling,
it's
exactly.
very simple. Here and in Arabia or everywhere, people they get the possibility to spend money.
Mhm.
For sure, they're gonna do it. They're gonna order it. They're gonna want the best idea or extravaganza. So that's normal. That's what we gotta do.
And the beautiful part of Lualdi now being here in the United States is every product that they produce, it fits the codes here. So it's not only that because there are a lot of millwork companies that can do some sort of customization
Mhm.
of doors, etc. But Lualdi has all the certifications to be implemented in commercial buildings here. That's how I met you. I met you in a
Yes, yes.
high-end residential project that you guys handle the majority of the high-end residential projects, because when the people with the resources is trying to find a property and they said kitchen da 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 Lualdi Doors, it's a status.
It's becoming as before the kitchen, right? Before
Mhm.
American people or people in this country, which are plot of many different nationality, they were check the kitchen or the marble floor, but
Mhm.
now they are checking more the closet, who made the closet,
Mhm.
who made the doors,
Appliances.
appliances. So it's, as I said, the world is developing.
Totally.
The clients are not just people that have money, in my case, in our case, right?
Mhm.
And they just want to have the best location, or they want the location, but the house is important, the
Exactly.
way that you
The
build it,
quality.
the quality is very important,
And they are
very.
informed now. One of the things that I noticed from the new wave of people that is investing in Miami, we are located in Miami, Florida, but we serve worldwide, right? We serve worldwide. The type of client that now is purchasing in our locality, they know. They
They
know their
know.
company, they know the materials, they know the designers. So it's not easy now to trick them, because before, in the past, in the old times Florida, they will tell you, okay, design Italian design, but manufacture in China.
All
So
right, right,
so
right.
tell me a little bit about design and build in Italy
Okay.
versus the other type of things that is going on
Well,
here in Miami.
that is a tricky things, and no one can try to control it, because
No, no, no. It's a market.
we are a certified company that build design in Italy. So there is no way, there are been in the past people approaching my boss Alberto Lualdi and Pierluigi. Why don't we produce here? It's gonna be
Cheaper.
different,
Da, da, da.
cheaper, and whatever. But because heritage is very important for them, and the people that work in the manufacture they are the boss. They are the one
Exactly.
that help
Really
the
making a reality.
manufacturer to become what it is right now.
Mhm.
So they always says, no, we need to produce everything here. The hinges, the lock set, the little things, the screw are all made in Italy, or everything. And I think this is also the reason why many people it's very expensive to do that,
Yes.
because production in Italy is three times what it costs in China or Yugoslavia or in Turkish, whatever. So it's very difficult. But now they found a way, because you made a law, and they find a way of doing it. So they build 90% of the doors in a place. They bring in Italy, they assemble, and they send. It's made in Italy. So it's
Uh,
you gotta know by the brand.
exactly.
Branding, it's in this case, it's important also to define where you buy and where where they produce the product.
Yeah, and that is why these conversations are important, because we are not selling here an Italian product. We are selling Lualdi. Lualdi is a 165 years of history of people
Yes,
loving what they do.
yes.
Of one of the things that I do love about that is the pride. You guys are proud of the product. You guys are proud of the history. You guys are proud of, okay. And sometimes people can say, no, but the Italians are so
Arrogant.
arrogant, because they are the best. They are doing the
We
best
like what we
product.
do. We are
They-
proud of what we do. We are
exactly,
proud, and it's not easy. We
to
really get
maintain.
pissed off when somebody says, when you make that kind of comment, like it's something normal, that the Italian comes out.
but
I would say that.
it is different. It's not the same when you see like and I do believe a lot of in energy and all of that. It's not the same energy of a product made with this inspiration. Like, okay, I'm proud of this. All the people that work in my company is a traditional worker from this company for 160 years. My son, my grandpa, the grandpa of my grandpa, everybody have worked for this company,
Yeah.
and the product that we put out there is a product that all validate. and we are proud of it. It's not the same as to have a company that is making copies in China. It might look similar in the pictures for the real estate of the MLS, but it's not the same product.
No,
And the
it's
people
not.
with money now, they know. So we want to bring up to the table and to this community companies that know what they are doing, that they provide a product that is elevated, and they will create spaces that are unique, because the
Yeah.
uniqueness, individualization now is something that people pay for. Because now, back in the days, was cookie cutting, mass production. Now it's
Yeah,
not.
no, no.
Now
Now,
it's individualization. How I can make my house unique.
yeah, but I got to tell you something. Even now, a big project, like a big development, they want that because it's a culture. Now,
Mhm.
before the developer says, I don't care what it is, I want an Italian product. Italian product in Italy, it's like China. You can have
The
the
cheap,
500 car and you can have a Ferrari, right?
exactly.
So it's the same thing. It's the
The
same thing.
Fiat and the Ferrari.
That's it. So that's the things. Right now, they don't say Italian product. We want to have the best
Mhm.
of the Italian product here in Miami, United States, or whatever. So
Mhm.
the difference is, right now there is more culture. There is for sure.
I do.
When I started in 2006, presenting a door for the amount of money that we were selling it, and they were saying, "This guy is crazy." It was hard. It was
Exactly.
so, and then we start, in Fisher Island, the people understand the difference between a lacquer made on the spot and a lacquer made in a manufacturer. So
Exactly.
it was a really hard at the beginning. Like the first 5-6 years to selling those doors were very difficult, and then it becomes
A
we
name.
it becomes easier because we were supported by publicity, and when we did like already 3 building in Fisher Island, that was the
What
best.
was the first building that you got?
In Miami was the Grosvenor.
The Grosvenor.
The
Okay.
Grosvenor with Ugo Colombo.
Mhm.
I think it's one of the best building ever built.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Then we did Epic,
Mhm.
and then we did the 3 building in Fisher Island.
Fisher Island. That's where we met. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then that I think the peak was building the building of Zaha Hadid, the
Judith
1000
Zaha
Museum.
Hadid. Yeah.
That one
1000.
was like it's like being in Architecture Digest every single day for the rest of your life. Really
Beautiful, beautiful.
beautiful.
How was the process working with those high-end architects? Like the design, because it's different when you work with a small designer and when
Mhm.
you work with a Zaha Hadid. Like,
Yes,
what was the input? Who was
I gotta tell you something. She saw a door that we have in production, and she just changed some colors, and she said, "Perfect." She
Wow.
Because what happens sometimes when the architect is really good, and I'm not saying that the doesn't do it is not, but I mean sometimes the architect sees something and try to build something around it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Also because know that the door is square, it's a rectangle. You cannot
Mm-hmm.
do something special. So you need to understand what you can and what you cannot. So it was easy. It was, she picked the door, the color. We send
The
the. I
sample.
think she went to Salone del Mobile. I don't remember the year, and she saw this door. It's amazing. Honestly, I also have in my house, so it's beautiful,
It's the best of.
and it's the best. And she fell in love with it. She
Perfect.
fell in love with it. She chose the colors. The colors were a little bit different, but we had no problem at all. And you were saying something before. We To be able to be in this market, we had to change a production so many times because to be able to do the doors as requested by the building code, it's
Exactly.
really difficult.
Going through the NOA process, it's insane here.
It's really
A lot
difficult.
of money invested.
So we invest a lot of money in doing tests for fire rating 20, 45, 60 minutes. So it's better, and this is also our capability to do the interior doors and also to do the entry doors or the exit doors.
The doors for the elevators. I do remember our old coordination for the whole building that we built
So
together.
so
It
when we
was
get in with the whole thing. So
it's
they don't have to go.
consistent.
They do one shop with
Exactly.
the doors.
Correct.
So now, unless you have a specificate that you want 2 hours fire at the doors, it's that has to be metal.
New, but you have the capability as a
I
company
will.
to
We
go
do.
through the
We
process
do.
of, because you have
We
done it
do.
already,
We do.
and that's part of the difference between a Lualdi custom made door that
Yes.
had the capabilities to be an NOA product than
Yes.
some other companies that are showing up now floating the market, because the Miami market is being floated by different companies, new companies from different part of the world, trying
Mhm.
to have a piece of the market, because the Miami market now is huge, and it's not only that it's before was a certain amount, now it's the
Now there
super
is.
high end residential. We are starting at $5 million apartments, $30 million apartments. We are no longer down here on a million. No, 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 it's five up. So that type of markets bring a lot of competition.
Sure. What happened is now there is a word, luxury.
Mhm.
Luxury condominium, and is at the end of the day, it's the before it was like a normal condominium, with maybe with a name, right?
Mhm.
And I don't want to make name, but I mean, it's very difficult, and I can name one. The building that for me is a boutique is the Arte building.
Mhm. Beautiful.
They had 7 or 8 feet, or maybe 6 floor, each floor an apartment. It was a big building, but I mean, it was for really
Exclusive.
selected people. And these people that build this building were like minimal to the detail. I remember that in one of the floor they made a mistakes on the ceiling. They ripped the ceiling off because they could order a different heights of the door, but they sold the building with this specification, and they cannot do that.
Exactly.
So in a regular
Try
building,
quality. Exactly.
in the regular building, they say, you know what, cut the door and put the door in. So it's
Adjusted.
less
Adjusted.
expensive. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So
Flying a door from Italy is less expensive than changing the whole ceiling.
yes,
Totally.
yes. So you have a different kind of developer, different kind of a client. So you need to be able to fit your product according to what they want.
Yes.
And because remember, we sell doors. Around the doors, there is so many problems: drywall, floor,
Mhm.
ceiling, everything. Another things that we are good at is try to foresee problem,
Yeah, because you haven't you have seen.
problem, and try to guide the construction company to do in a certain way. Because if not, because also the system that they pay,
Mhm.
whatever the contractor, he has to be okay. You got to put the floor, but you got to put the door. But how can I put the door
If
if
the
I
door
don't
is
have the floor or you don't have a drywall? So it's
yeah, because
they
when
go according to the bank requirement. You got to
exactly
go according to whatever
construction
you go
schedule.
first. You know what I mean? So it's complicated.
It's
It's
complicated
not
because
easy.
after they make you install the door, and then the contractors damage the door, and then they ask you to replace
Remove
the
the
door.
door for free.
Exactly.
Come on.
We have been there. We have been there in that
Right?
type of
We've been there.
walkthrough, going through the lights. No, no, no.
No, so
Return
you
this
need to
door.
guide them because sometimes, and that's something. I'm sorry, I don't want to go again. They
Anybody?
study the law
Yes.
more than the construction.
Mm-hmm.
So when I studied construction in Italy, I studied construction. And then when I study the process of everything, you study how to apply the law to try to avoid problem in the future.
Exactly.
It's not you are not a lawyer. You are a constructor.
Risk management.
Yes.
And I
So
do believe that in our industry, risk management is prevented by experience. You having 20 years in this market
yeah.
gives you information and experience that helps you prevent the issues that you had in the first project, because we always learn, no? And for me, all the communication is key, living and understanding the steps, because many people that jump here with a company in a luggage, because it's not like a 165 years old, but it's
Yeah.
a company that they just opened. They think that this market it's simple to get in because they won a bid only for the price, but they will lose the money through the process if they don't know how the schedules work, how the payments work, because that's another thing.
Wow.
Working in construction in the United States, when you have big projects with big risk, with bonds, with all of the process that needs to be,
The cash flow is very important.
you need to know,
You need to
because
have a mind.
otherwise you will, start your company, won't get paid until the end, and they will have problems because they will ask you for the doors here. You won't have them. You didn't release the money.
No, I
They,
agree.
they are on the chip.
It's I think they, because there is a lot of risk,
Mm-hmm.
they prepare those project manager for the risk management.
Totally. Mm-hmm.
And but the thing is, why you want to prepare something before it happens? So instead of
Exactly.
doing that,
Preventing
I
them.
sees, I think put people that knows about construction,
Correct.
managed by people that know the law. So you cannot have a project manager that thinks about, if I do this, I'm gonna get in trouble, so I don't do it. No, you gotta do it. You gotta go forward with whatever you gotta.
And expectations. Manage
So
expectations.
I think there is too much. There is less technical ability, but there is more risk management,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the worst thing that can happen, because you need to have people that knows.
Yes. In
Yeah.
our industry, I do believe that there is a lot of issues with people not understanding what the end product looks like. And I do
That's
remember
not
that you guys prepared this beautiful mock-up of the door and everything, because everybody from the beginning to the end, meaning developers, investors, the architects, everybody needed to sign to those doors before the production
yes.
started. So you took the time to do those mock-ups, and you have a beautiful showroom here where you can see everything. But the actual step to prepare the specific door, and validating, okay, this is how it's going to look, this is the shop drawing, this is the NOA, this is the rough openings, walk the property a couple of times before and after to foresee the problems, because we did that. We, before you order the doors, we walk the property and say, okay, you might have problems here and there. So that type of coordination and that type of walking with the customer
It's
is something that is,
experience. It's experience.
and
People that knows.
it's a service that Lualdi provides.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What is the difference? Because we are, at the end, we are here to talk about Lualdi and how Lualdi is different from the competition, and why his name is being on the top for 20 years.
It's as you say, it's experience. It's risk management before it happened. So what happened is, remember, we place the order when the building is not built yet.
Mm-hmm.
But during the process, we go into the building and check measurement, talk to the constructor. Listen, if you have a wall of 38 and you gotta still put the tiles and stuff, is not, then 38 I need it. So you made it wrong. So
Mm-hmm.
avoiding before it's too late.
Correct.
Correcting before it's too late.
And no pointing fingers,
No
because
pointing fingers.
that process, and the major problems with doors, in my experience as a contractor, is that coordination never happened. Then when the doors arrive, the walls are all wrong. So you have one door that does not fit the opening,
This happened
and
all
then
the
you
time.
have a disaster. And then you have a disaster because that you cannot change those doors. Those are custom.
No, you gotta
brought
change
from Italy. You
the
have to
floor. No, I
So you
understand.
have-
That's
so you have to-
happened. Sometimes
that
this
happens.
happens.
So I think we have made a point that Lualdi is very good at that, and that's why he's being on the top of the companies that implement high-end luxury doors. I wanted to tell me a little bit of what is the product that you feel more proud. Like, all the doors in Lualdi, they have these beautiful names. They are like Ferraris. Everybody has their type. So, what is the door that you think is, that you love, that you always showcase, that you feel like is the highlight?
There is a door that I love it. Actually, I have two of those in my house in a red Ferrari, glossy, beautiful. The drive is like it's a sliding door, no track, exposed, nothing, and it seems a paint hanging on the wall,
Beautiful.
beautiful. After I'm
Beautiful.
going to show you a picture, but
Yes.
it's and then another one that I love is the showing. It's another sliding system. It's those doors are the one that we are
Special.
selling the most,
Mm-hmm.
and people really like them. Like, we just finished an installation at the SETI with the showing, and it's reflective.
Oh,
So reflecting means that when it's dark behind, it's like a mirror. The
mhm.
clients
Love it.
send an email to the company. You have no idea. The client's so happy.
What is
So that's why I love working for this company. Because at the end of the day, with all the
satisfaction?
struggle and everything, the product is really good. The product, it's amazing.
What is the craziest door that you have done? Like, that's because in Miami we have crazy clients. We have people from different backgrounds asking for incredible things, and then you have to come with specific companies that are ready to support that, because not every, and now with AI,
Yeah.
they come with you with a picture that is impossible, and they say, okay, how I'm going to make this
Believe me, there are
possible.
architects that they don't need AI. So there is we did the sales center for the Oceana Bal Harbor,
Hmm.
and they were asking door in glass 4 meter
Wow.
for 120. So 4 meter is about 12 feet.
12 feet, yes.
For
Huge.
120 is 48 inches. No.
Huge.
The way that we had it was like 11 people managing holding this door, because you gotta lift it up, you gotta put on top of
And the system needs to be calculated by an engineer because they have weights
the
and
way the wheels were different, the track was different. And guess who was the architect? Lissoni. But it was amazing.
Exactly.
So we are pushed
By designers,
by
by creative.
designer over the limit. I wouldn't say they over in the limit, over the limit, to
Love
make
it.
them to make crazy thing. And thank God it was working. And it was a pity because the sales center was throwing away because they had to build the building.
No.
But the door was amazing. There was a monster. There were 4 doors for 4 offices. Amazing, beautiful.
But that's beautiful. And I love the way you say it, because designers and creatives, they require people like you, like your company, to make their ideas reality. And that's why the space makes sense, because once you are a designer and you don't find, because the majority of the contractors here, they are square. They don't want to build anything that
They
is
don't want problem.
outside.
They don't
They
want
don't want
problem.
problems. They want by the book. And the good thing about Italians is they don't have that book. The book, they lost that book.
Well, our
so
company lost it from at least 20 years when I'm working with them. They hate me.
the,
They hate me. When I no, because okay, there is another thing. How you let's talk about this door.
they
How
don't
you
have you.
put
They love you. That's why you've been working with them for 20 years.
how you put and the guy of the manufacturer, how are we gonna put this door in the containers? There is not a container that can hold those doors. So I had to go measure no, there is the 40 feet.
Find the alternative,
I
exactly.
was
No, but at the end, the result is just amazing,
no,
and
it's
then you feel that satisfaction, and then you feel, okay, this is something that it's worth doing. The impact that we create in the world is based on this, and based on doing things that we love.
it's a satisfaction.
Exactly.
Satisfaction when you create something impossible.
Exactly.
It's really
It's really beautiful. Explain us a little bit how you create these products that are branded for the architects. What's the process? Because you mentioned Stark, you mentioned Lisoni. What other architects have created lines of doors for you that people can Stark?
all right, Stark. There is Marco Piva. There is so many architects. Stark. Come si chiama
For
quello?
Zaha Hadid, she did something custom or not?
No,
Okay.
because she, as I said, I think she
Picked.
saw the doors and that's my door.
Oh, perfect.
So that's what I thank God, because you see the
Oh,
form that so
you
thank
were
God
scared that
it
day.
was easy. That one was easy. Stern
Mm.
did a very classical door that we call a avenue. It's really nice. It's very classical. It's kind of like you have something here in your office. Another crazy design was by Philip Stark.
Philip Stark, I love him.
He's
Beautiful.
amazing. But he's not easy to manage. Like he wants and
What
that
he wants,
he's not
exactly.
gonna stop until he finds. So we know we don't want to lose him as a client. So
You needed to produce
we
that.
gotta do whatever he asks.
Yeah.
So
The beauty about the market here in Miami, and when in Miami, in Florida in general, is that there is a space to do that. I do remember when we worked in Fisher Island, everything was designed for that building. Like the top was the top for that Fisher
Yes.
Island project, that unique.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
was unique. The wallpaper was unique. Like it is not repetition. The color that we build, the color that we use for the walls and everything was unique, creative, and shared with women for the walls, for that building. Like everything, it
That's what I
was,
call luxury.
that is luxury.
And we are
Exclusivity.
right today. Today there are very few buildings that represent that luxury.
Mm-hmm.
The Fisher Island, the ASR were aware of it. Actually, I gotta say that it was my trampoline
Mm-hmm.
to make my name, the name of my company, famous. So I think to build that kind of building, you need passion. You
Passion,
need,
totally.
beside the money,
Compromise.
beside whatever you're gonna make after,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta do. Especially if you are in Fisher Island, you gotta build that way.
Mm-hmm.
And we were
They understand
witnesses.
value. They understand value
Yes.
and quality. One of the things that will always be grateful for is that the education that I got from them, from, thank you ASR,
Yeah.
for everything, and for showing me how high end is really done,
Yes.
how a
Yes.
luxury custom work is really done. And it's not about charging you for a price and lying to you. It's
A
about
lot of
bringing the product from Italy, bringing the Italians to measure the pieces.
yes.
The book match was real book match.
Mhm.
The doors, the kitchen, the appliance, everything was unique.
I agree. I agree. It was tremendous jobs. There are many buildings, as I told you, that are going up, or in the past are being building, but they decide that the building name was the branding.
Mm.
Without you have a nice building
Mm-hmm.
with the name, but you do not put whatever your name represent.
Mm-hmm.
You get devaluated, and you have a problem. People
That
get
is common here now,
yes.
because it's people flooding the market with money, but they are not meeting those standards. They are saying it on the
And
marketing
the people know.
brochures.
The people today, I will say that my clients are more cultured than
Educated.
10 years ago,
Totally.
because now they have money. They travel. They see the quality. They go to Italy and they go to the museum. They knew. So they go to buy clothes. They knew. You cannot fake them. You can't
No,
do that.
exactly.
So they see the specs of the
Education.
apartment before even buying. Before Fisher Island, I don't want to know anything. I buy. It's different. Today you got to be careful.
Yes.
I guess today you got to be honest more than anything.
What do you think is the future for the industry in your area? Like what is going to be? We can start here in our locality, but for the world, with your brand.
The future, I think you need to stick with your value. The future is not always go forward, inventing things and for
It's not
example,
mass production. What I was the point that I was going to say,
Mhm.
and the purpose of the question is, we are coming out from mass production
Mhm.
for cookie cutting and for efficiency to hyper individualization, because we now understand that the space that holds you needs to support you as a human being. Every space is a reflect of you. So you want something made for you, and you're
Let me
willing to pay.
let me tell you something about the manufacture. Like 6 7 years ago, I think, before the pandemic, Lualdi made a big bought a warehouse, a new manufacturer for mass production.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Huge. Now we have another one for glass and aluminum. And the idea was, we're talking about 2017, 18. So we had so many buildings, Palazzo del
Projects,
Mar.
exactly.
So we had like 6 buildings coming. So
You needed space.
Alberto Perucci said, you know what? We need a big mass production manufacturer. They built the manufacturer. Believe me, there is no one door that is standard. There is no one door that they can make as okay. One door, 2,000. Two doors.
No,
No.
because
Every freaking door is a different. So you gotta go. So
Claro.
they it happened that they
That's
spend
the
so much
point.
money But at the end of the day, they're spending more money because instead of machine, there are people working on it.
Of course.
So
That's
the
customization.
future is to be able to be flexible in whatever is the request or the type of market. Mass
Beautiful.
production, you got the manufacturer.
Adaptability.
Custom product, you got the people. You know what I mean? So you need to have everything to be prepared for anything.
I love it.
I think that's what you need.
I love it. I love it. Let's talk about a little bit of the responsibility. I know that the United States have certain regulations about ecological, sustainable, etc. And in Europe, it's completely different. So we know that we are manufacturing in Europe. And I know that in the European countries are more honest regarding, and I don't want to say anything bad about the US, but here we have many certifications, but at the end the products, the people pay for the products to have a label that says sustainable, but it's not at the end. In Europe, everything comes from the government, so all those certifications on the where you buy the products that are not damaging comes from the government. They don't.
It's I think I gotta say something. Europe are more controlled than United States. United States just recently included the carb on the product, but in Europe, Alberto has different certification for every material. The aluminum, the wood, the veneer, and for example, people here ask me, I want a real solid oak door, and say, listen, we don't do that because to make a door on solid wood, oak, or walnuts, you need 2-3 plants. Instead,
it's not sustainable at all.
It's not sustainable. There is no. It's not green.
Correct.
It's not
it's not making
healthy
efficient use of the materials, because the wood is a renewable material, yes, but if you use what you have in an efficient way, you can get more of it and then be more responsible.
So we invented. There has been a study. There has been a progress in try to damage less possible the nature. So we do the veneer. The veneer with one plant, you can do I don't know how many doors, but I mean it's much better.
Totally.
The look is the same. At the end of the day, a door of it's not like before that you had the house for 40 years. I mean, I already in 20 years I changed 6 houses. So you know it's
exactly.
It's not for you to live the entire life. So you need to be aware that there is the possibility to have the look that you want and not damaging the nature. That's it.
Beautiful.
That's what you need to do.
Beautiful.
And in Europe, this was even before the United States started doing it. In Europe, for whatever reason, they start doing the green certificate for the forestation and stuff from long time. For I think since 2000, they start doing basically to avoid deforestation for the Africa forest, for the Bolivian, for the Brazilian. So now in Europe, enter just wood. They know
responsible source,
there are forests that basically are under control of quality.
Yep, because I do believe that having a beautiful space doesn't it does not have to require damaging the earth.
No.
And we can find ways to do it, and sustainability and ecology and regeneration doesn't have to look cheap.
No.
And the elevated brands like Lualdi and every other brand, they are now incorporating this concept into their production and etc. And it's not only on the product, it's also the way that the factories work, because they do have regulations on water transportation and etc. Even pollution for the factories in Europe, that in here we don't have much. So I do believe that they are more sustainable and responsible in Europe than in here. And I think it's a beautiful thing that we mentioned this here, to know that it's the companies that exist.
Imagine that my manufacturer in Italy, which is is more than 40,000 square feet.
Huge.
So it's huge. It's huge. And we have 2 of them. The 60% of the energy, the electrical energy, is being produced by solar panel that we have. So what happened is this: European understood that if they give you something, they can achieve you to make things better. So
Totally, totally. Me
if
encanta. I
you
love
produce
it.
energy, if you don't do damage to the nature, they give you bonuses,
Incentives, exactly.
taxes
Incentives.
in something. Now I don't really know the legislation, but I mean they gave you incentive to be better. That's
Yes,
why majority of the people, we put the solar panel, it costs a lot of money, but I mean we save a lot of money.
exactly.
And tax, they give you a tax break for that. So I think if you want to achieve something in nature and try to damage, the government need to give you something, need to
Yeah.
help.
Incentives. I
See,
love it.
incentives.
I love it. Hey, Francesco, one last thought. Do you want to say anything to the audience that is listening to us about the company, about how to find you?
We are in Miami. I mean, in a very major street in Biscayne in 60 seconds. I mean, we love you to pass by anytime you want and just take a look at the product that we have. We have a very nice showroom in
Yes,
Biscayne,
you are
in
welcome.
New York, and in Los Angeles.
Wow, I didn't know.
Yeah, we opened
Ex-
three. But New York, it was already there, but Los Angeles is like a couple of years that is open.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you are all the designers that are our listeners. You are welcome, and Francesco Marrama
Welcome.
is the person to call to. Okay.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for listening to Deconstruction Podcast. Your 5-star reviews really help us continue what we do. Please rate your listening experience, and let's keep building this beautiful community together. For exclusive access to more design content, visit thearchitecturalauthority.com or download our app from the App Store or Google Play. Until next time, stay creative.